Praise Yah, the creator of heaven and earth, the sovereign. He can roll up the heavens like a scroll. What can you do with that? You just hear me, Yah? We back at it. You know what I'm saying? Jagged edge machetes. Almost. You know what I'm saying? Alright. I was checking out Bahashimity Bop Bop is back. You know, Raw Rack. His Deuteronomy 30 video, his commentary, which is real good. You need to go and check it out if you ain't looked at it. It's a good, honest breakdown of Deuteronomy 30. But we're gonna get into it because I also had a Deuteronomy 30 presentation. We're calling this one Deuteronomy 30 Dirty Bloody Blaze style. Alright? The blaze, man. Come on. Alright. I recognize Deuteronomy 30 as a very good chapter. It's a lot of interwoven matrices up in it, and it proves Deuteronomy 30 is one of those chapters that proves that JC, the creature of the New Testament, is not talked about in the so-called book of Old Testament, the book of remembrance, Torah Tanakh. So let's just go ahead and get into this. We're gonna go line by line with this. All right. Let me turn this gangster off real quick. All right. Let's go ahead and get into it. This is Deuteronomy 30, verse 1. When all these things befall you, the blessings and the curses that I have set before you, and you take them to heart amidst the various nations to which Yah, your Elohim, has banished you. Okay, what we're going to do, like I said, we're going to go line by line. And we're going to break this down by precepts. All right, first, and we're going to be using the KJV, the JPS, and also the Septuagint. So first, let's read that again. All right. When all things befall you, the blessings and the curses that I have set before you, and you take them to heart amidst the various nations to which Yah, your Elohim, has banished you. All right. We're going to go look at this. Like I said, we're going to find precepts. So first we're going to go to Leviticus 26. And we're going to start at verse 38. Matter of fact, let's get it in the Septuagint. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. We're going to Deuteronomy first. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. So sorry. All right. Deuteronomy 4. And we're going to start at verse 27. And Yah will scatter you among the nations, and ye shall be left few in number among the heathen, whither Yah shall lead you. And there ye shall serve idols, the work of men's hands, wood and stone, which neither see, nor hear, nor eat, nor smell. But if from thence thou shalt seek Yah, your Elohim, thou shalt find him, if thou seek him with all thy heart and with all thy soul. When thou art in tribulation, and all these things are come upon thee, even in the latter days, if thou turn to Yah, thy Elohim, and shalt be obedient unto his voice. For Yah, thy Elohim, is a merciful Elohim, and he will not forsake thee, neither destroy thee, nor forget the covenant of thy fathers which he swore unto them. So again, in Deuteronomy 30, it's saying that all these curses, we know the curses of Deuteronomy 28, but here in Deuteronomy 4, he's just saying it again, that in the latter days that we're going to go through the blessings and the curses. We're going to go through both. We're going to have to go through both. And the game plan or the blueprint is that after we go through these things, we're going to seek the Father. Now, let's go to verse 2. And let's try to break this down. And if you return to Yah, your Elohim, and you and your children heed his command with all your heart and soul, just as I enjoin upon you this day. Okay. Now we're going to go to Leviticus 26 and 38. And we're going to go in the Septuagint. We're going to start at 38. Sorry. And ye shall perish among the Gentiles, and the land of your enemies shall devour you, and those who are left of you shall perish, because of their sins, and because of the sins of their fathers, and the land of their enemies shall they consume away. Okay? All right, let's keep reading. Sorry. And you shall consume away. And they shall confess their sins and the sins of their fathers, that they have transgressed and neglected me, and that they have walked perversely before me. And I walked with them with a perverse mind, and I will destroy them in the land of their enemies. Then shall their uncircumcised hearts be ashamed, and then shall they acquiesce in the punishment of their sins. And I will remember the covenant of Jacob, and the covenant of Isaac, and the covenant of Abraham will I remember. And I will remember the land, and the land shall be left of them. Then the land shall enjoy her Shabbats when it is deserted through them, and they shall accept the punishment of their iniquities, because they have neglected my judgments. All right. So again, what it says that then shall their uncircumcised hearts be ashamed. Okay, because in verse 2, it's saying we have to heed the covenant with all our heart and soul. And if we're not doing it, once this point in time comes, we're going to be ashamed because of it. So now, let's go to Zechariah 8 and 5. All right. Zechariah 8 and 5. Now look. It says in verse 2 of Deuteronomy, it was saying that, and your children, you and your children heed his command. Okay. Now let's go, like I said, we're going to Zechariah 8, verse 5. And the streets of the city shall be full of boys and girls playing in the streets thereof. Okay. Thus saith Yah of hosts, if it be marvelous in the eyes of the remnant of this people in the days, should it also be marvelous in mine eyes, saith Yah Elohim. So, like what it's saying, the children will heed the command. In that day, boys and girls will be playing in the streets. Why? because we'll be heeding his command and we'll be back in the land doing what we're supposed to do. And let's go to verse 3. Let me find it. Okay. Then Yah, your Elohim, will restore your fortunes and take you back in love. He will bring you together again from all the peoples where Yah, your Elohim, has scattered you. Now, we're going to look at this for a second. It says, let me get it. Right, there you go. It says that he will restore our fortunes. Let's look at it in the King James. Let's see what it says in the King James right there. Sorry, y'all. We're at verse 3. In the King James, it says that then Yah, thy Elohim, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee. Okay, but we're gonna look at this fortune and what this compassion is that Yah is talking about. All right. Now, if you look in the Hebrew word is, I believe, if I'm pronouncing it right, rakam is H7355, which means to love deeply, have mercy, be compassionate, have tender affection. Okay, so when people ask, where is mercy or grace in the Old Testament, so-called Old Testament Book of Remembrance, Torah, Tanakh, well, there you go. Because what is mercy but compassion? Okay, the number is 87355. All right. To love deeply, have mercy. Okay. Now we're gonna go to let's go to Psalms 85. Let's see what this is about. Psalms 85. Yah, thou hast been favorable unto thy land, and thou hast brought back the captivity of Jacob. Thou hast forgiven the iniquity of thy people. Thou hast covered all their sins. Salah. Okay, so he's showing you mercy. He's going to show us mercy, which is really nothing more than grace. So you have your grace, the fortunes, in Deuteronomy 30, verse 3. There is your mercy. All right, now let's go to Numbers 14. And we're going to start at verse 18. Let me find it real quick. Yah is long suffering and merciful and true, removing the transgressions and iniquities and sins, and he will by no means clear the guilty, visiting the sins of the fathers upon the children to the third and fourth generation. Forgive this people and their sin according to thy great mercy. Okay, so Yah is great and Yah is merciful. Alright, real quick, we're going to go to Psalms 126. Psalms 126. When YAHH turned again the captivity of Zion, we were like them that dream. Then was our mouth filled with laughter, and our tongue with singing. Then said they among the heathen, YAHH has done great things for them. YAHH have done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, YAHH, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth in weeping, bearing precious seed, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. So again, Psalms 126 is he's going to show us mercy and compassion when he turns our captivity. Now let's go real quick to Jeremiah 32. And we're going to start at 37. Behold, I will gather them out of all countries, whether I have driven them in mine anger, and in my fury, and in my great wrath. And I will bring them again into this place, and I will cause them to dwell safely. And they shall be my people, and I will be their Elohim. And I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them, and of their children after them. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me. All right. So again, in verse 3, YAHH said he will restore our fortunes and take us back in love. He will bring us from all the places. Jeremiah 32, verse 40. Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and stop it right here. We're going to be back with part 2. Shalom.